Hello? Everyone hear me? Anyone hear me? Am I vocalizing? It sounds like I am vocalizing. So, good. Now, welcome everybody to the stream. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad everyone is here. Thank you very much. I'm going to try to make sure I stay in front of the mic as much as possible. I know that can be a problem at times. So, tonight is my long awaited Shadow Dark playthrough. This is my first time running Shadow Dark, not just solo, but at all. Yeah, I am running it for the first time ever. Though it's not going to be a pure experience because I'm using the Solo Heroes rules. Lone Adventures Against the World, a Labyrinth Lord compatible product. And because Shadow Dark is very much similar to old school games like Labyrinth Lord, it should work here too. And Solo Heroes has its own module in it for running a solo game called The Yellow Toad God's Well, a side adventure for a first level solo hero. So that is what I will be running tonight. If all goes well, this should be a one and done game tonight. Not that, yes. Whether this character survives to, excuse me. Whether this character survives to have other adventures beyond tonight, that is a different story. So, I have the rules and the module on my phone here, so that's where I'll be looking at it, and the character sheet. Speaking of the character sheet, the character I'm playing tonight is called Benji. He is a halfling fighter. I rolled him up weeks ago, maybe a whole month ago at this point. But regardless, he is the character I'll be running tonight, and hopefully I won't have to run any other character tonight. Because if anyone was here for my Anzer's Dungeon playthrough, that had quite the mortality rate, especially in the final session. Quite the experience. Well, without further ado, let us create a game. Alright. Shall load this up. Okay. ChanceIchio, huh? Oh, I made this to go with my XD20 game. But that is not relevant here, and what is up with this? I'll click home. There, that's better. Okay. No, thank you. I'll just move this off to the side here, and that will be that. Okay, now to bring in the game map. I did get a game map ready ahead of time, but because I was held up a bit, I couldn't prepare the game board ahead of time. Oh, let's try a different background for tonight. Think this one. A regal background. Dun 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 dun. Ha ha ha. Seems appropriate. Couldn't find a dark dungeon background, so this'll have to do. Okay. Components. Custom. Board. And for convenience sake, I put the map to the game in here. where the Zanzer stuff is, but for future solo games, I will definitely try to organize things better. Yeah, I was mentioning staying close to the mic. I am gonna try and do that. That is a valid point. Yeah, there's that table over there, and we should be playing there. Yeah, but we're not gonna try and look at that side of the table. We are gonna focus on this side. Are these locked? No, they should be moving. Yeah, they're moving. There we go. I should probably keep a consistent volume too with my voice, because that probably affects how well you can hear me as well. Is the board locked? Yes, it is. Whoa, 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 whoa. Having some... Oh, no, there went the card. Oh, it gave it back. Thank you. Okay, just need to get things moved around. Well, I guess this will help fill the time if this adventure proves to be on the shorter side. And no, I'm not going to intentionally run this game short. There we go. Much better. A little messier than I hoped, but I'm hoping it comes across as at least a controlled mess. I did not prepare a game piece for myself tonight, so tonight we're gonna take care of that right now. Oh, what's this? Saved objects? Oh, I'll have to play with that later. Okay, so figures. Night. Okay. Hey, what's going on? Okay, so we'll just use some of the pieces from Zanzer's dungeon. So I'll just use the halfling male here. But yeah. But yeah, whenever I have free time, I am drawing my own game pieces now for solo games. So I'm hoping I can have a good category of stuff, library, however you would categorize it. Nice and ready to go. Okay. I'll try that again. Halfling male. Halfling male. There we go. Yeah, it will be really nice. I don't have them on here to display yet, but at the moment I have two different versions of the goblin. It's just a difference in the color of pants. I have a skeleton with another variant of the skeleton on the way, and I have two different variants of an orc. So, I have a long ways to go. I'll probably make pieces based on whatever adventures I'm running, but I'm at least trying to get some of the basic monster types down. I don't think I have anything for a toad, but I can use a stand-in. This kobold will do nice for a stand-in. So there we are. Kobold that we'll pretend is a frog, and this guy Benji. Okay, gotta put something down in here real quick. Wrong thing. Yeah. Okay, so shouldn't have too many things left to prep for tonight, which is a good thing. Good. Yes, so click, click. Okay. Now, okay, so yeah, hopefully that'll bring in more viewers. Now, sorry for the dead space, for the dead of silence. Okay, yeah. Okay, unlike last time, I'll try and use an index card for the character sheet. I won't put everything on there, but I will put the relevant details on there. Fine, you can stay down there for now. Just dropped something. Okay, let's edit this here. Okay, this card is Benji with an E. And I'll just do the modifiers right now. I won't bother with the scores here. Though on my character sheet I have on my phone, the score is there. Everything is there. Right now it's just what you, the audience, needs to see. So yeah, once again, these are just the mods. Okay, that should help. Plus 3 int minus 1 is not Wix. Is minus 4. Minus 4. And finally, charisma plus 3. Yeah, so those are his stats. That's all we need to see for now. If anything, more relevant information needs to be brought up, I will put it up as we need to hear about it. Oh yes, one more thing I should put on there. HP. There it is. 11. And his AC is 13. Yeah, there. When it's time to attack, I'll put his weapons up there, but that's all the information we need for the time being. Alright, I shall bring up the module on my phone, and then we can give it a go. Read. Okay, here we are. For those of you who are just joining, this is the module we're playing for this Shadow Dark game is the Yellow Toad God's Well. A side adventure for a first solo hero. Okay. I shall read the preamble. The peasants tell of the ruined village of Yellowtoad Well. Up in the dry hills, a half-day's journey from the hamlet, there is a god in the well, they say. A great god of bulging eyes and yellow skin. And he gave the villagers crops and abundance in exchange for their most precious treasures. 5 years ago, a band of hungry mercenaries came through and destroyed the village, leaving only scorched ruins and bones behind them. The peasants say that the god must not have been very strong to let its worshippers be slain that way. But still, it is best to leave its treasures untouched. It is still a god, after all, and they are still peasants. Who are they to rob a deity? So, that is essentially the story setup there. There are some other information here to keep track of. We'll skip that. Because I'm sure it's spoilers, but we can get on to the first part. Actually, not quite. Anyway, oh yeah, the village. I can read the part about the village. The village of Yellowtoad Well. The village itself is a scorched shambles. Old ashes, crumbled mortar, and a few man-sized statues of toads that have been broken almost beyond recognition. All that remains of its humble buildings, the few who survived the rampage of the mercenaries, have fled far away, and there is nothing left worth stealing amid the ruins. The well itself stands in the corner of the village square, 4 feet in width, and framed in soft limestone slabs. It is 50 feet down to the surface of the water below. Okay. So I'm gonna have to roleplay a little improv here. Because from here on out, it says what we need to know going forward. Alright, so I'm gonna have to roleplay how I end up in this predicament. So, unlike when we started Zanzer's dungeon, I don't have as much stuff to work with here. So, from the get-go, you get to see more of my imaginative side. Right, let us get the game piece. Just gonna put this kobold who is starring as the Toad God. I'll see if there's an official name for the god. Yep, just Toad God. So yeah, he is playing the Toad God. Alright, so after the adventure's over, I will read the part that says, "The Truth of the Well." Okay. Now, time for some roleplay. And I shall focus on Benji's game piece here while we do it. I am traversing along looking for the next fight for profit. It's pretty empty around these parts. But then as I journey, I come across a ruined village that seems to have been decimated. As if it had been attacked. These things tend to happen when either the defenders of a place fall or a place has no defenders to begin with. Whatever the case, the end result is clear. As Benji traverses through town, he sees statues, man-sized statues of broken toads. They are all broken nearly beyond recognition. If there weren't more than one in different states of disrepair, then he probably wouldn't have been able to piece together that they were statues of a toad. Then he sees that in the middle of the ruined town is a well. A well that seems to... that's based on the ruined architecture and cleared ground surrounding the well seem to have had some importance when the town was around. Benji, not the brightest bulb in the cabinet, thinks that there may be something about this that could house some kind of adventure. Whereas others may scoff at the idea of coming down here, Benji just sees it as an opportunity to go and explore. So that is what Benji will do. He will descend the well. Okay, I'll quickly skim over this next part to see where I start in this. Okay. I shall read the descriptor for Area 1. The walls of this natural limestone hollow are slick with fairly phosphorescent slime. The water is 20 feet deep and its deepest, enough to cushion a fall. The floor of the pool is thick with small, crumbling bones and many blind fish flat among them. So I'd probably go, ew. I got it. I go. Sprung. These fish. What's with them? It's as if they don't see me here. Oh, something seems there may be an encounter of sorts already. I'll just read this next part. Heroes in metal armor will be unable to swim. Does Benji wear metal armor? I'll check afterwards. Will be unable to swim. Though they can struggle through the bones to reach the shore before they start to suffocate. Those that do so will feel the sensation of dozens of small, unseen hands clinging to them until they leave the water. Though this grip will not be enough to stop them. Oh, good to know. But time to check Benji's gear. right? Benji has leather armor. So, Benji doesn't have to worry about that. I'll make a note of it here. Oh, excuse me. Actually, I'll make I'll make a different card. Clone. And I'll modify that card to have information on his gear. Okay. So, leather armor. There. Benji's gear. There. Hey, Hollow You Bell. Good to see you here. We have started what is possibly a one-shot game using the Shadow Dark rules. We are playing an adventure called The Toad God's Well. I am playing a halfling fighter who found his way into a ruined town and down this well. That is pretty funny. But yes. So, he is here in the well. He feels like there are lots of hands grabbing at him, but he swims up. He doesn't feel that, and he swims to the shore. So now, I guess I should turn him like this. And now, for a decision. Right or left? Oh, that's right. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. In Shadow Dark, it has quite the nasty, yet effective in making your players do stuff, light rule. Not light as in rules light as in actual light you need to see with. So, in this game, torches burn in real time. And they burn for an hour of real time before they burn out. So, I am going to get a clock and set up a time. So that's 2 digital clocks. Okay, let's see if I can get this to work. I don't need this one to tell time, I just need it to... Ah, good. That's easy. Stopwatch timer. Okay. So... 60... Huh, okay then. Wonder what 600 looks... No. What 600 looks like. Oh, good grief. This is gonna take some, getting used to. You know, that works. The stopwatch. When this hits 1 hour, my torch will be burned out. Yeah. But thankfully the module said these hands are not dangerous. You just feel it and they don't stop you. Right, so he lights his torch. And now the important question, right or left? Yes, exactly. It is the classic dark cave things grab you. You can't see anything and feels like things grabbing you thing. Exactly that. Okay, so now we have 59 minutes until the torch burns out. So, right, left. So, we will go left. And left takes us to area 3. Alright, now to return back to the module and see what area 3 has in store. Okay. The sinking chamber. The floor of this cave is 3 feet deep in mud and water. Having movement rates and eliminating any dexterity bonus to armor. Well, joke's on you. I have no dexterity score. Those who actually, I'll save that next part for when I cross. Actually, why am I even saving it? Actually, what I can do is before I go on, I should decide left, right, straight on. Which one should I try first? Okay, and remember, the clock be ticking. So, we'll just take a drink while we figure out which. Up. Okay. Left towards 6. No, I could probably do it in a circle where I go left towards 6 first and then head up. Alright. With that. Alright, so we're gonna do both options. Or we're gonna go into a circle and that way we'll do everyone's suggestion. Yes, the map is technically... Yeah, this is the map. Straight on, so technically anything going towards the letters here is up. And anything going towards the letters down here is down. Left, right. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can't see it, so I'll use him. Left, right. Yes, that's how this goes. But yes, we'll go in a circle. But now it is time to read the rest of the description for this room. Those who cross will be attacked by the hungry ghosts of 3 children, their rotting remains crawling and biting beneath the surface of the murky water. Alright, combat! So, we're gonna need some more game pieces. Excuse me. I do not have specifically children in ghost game pieces, so what I'll do is get these zombies and shrink them down to size. Yeah, Atalanta would definitely not be liking this room right now. Okay, hungry ghost. But one clone. There are 3, yes, 3 of them. This one will be 2. And this one will be 3. Grab all 3. Start shrinking them down to size. I think that's good enough. Alright. I'm good doing group initiative tonight. And with that, it's time to bring out the dice. And the return of the Dice Bowl. Okay. D20. Other D20. D6. D6. And a D8. And a D4 just to play. Yeah, just one of each, yeah. That should be everything. All the excess will go over here. And I'll clone additional from them. Okay. I shall color this color for enemies, and this will be just the typical red for me. Right, so lock the bowl in place and roll that dice for Benji. Would you do a drawing of ChanceIchio, the character playing this game with Atalanta and her full-on... That would be fun, and it'd work as a great kind of roleplay for building ChanceIchio's story. Just a day in the life of ChanceIchio in Chaldea, and he decides to run this game for a group of players, among which is Atalante. And then when they get to this part, she could just freak out, maybe even turn into her alter form. There's just... I'm gonna revisit that idea. Yeah, it does sound dope. We are gonna revisit this idea. This is not gonna be the last time we see the Toad God's will. And it'll be fun to roleplay a roleplay session. Yeah. So, I like that. We're gonna try that out sometime. But for now... it is time to roll initiative. Yeah, fine, you can be scaled up. Actually, it'd probably be easier to roll scaled up. There. That should work. It's locked? Yes, it's locked. Okay. Time to roll. Ooh, nice. Get an index card for tracking initiative. Scale this card down. It doesn't need to be too big. Okay, so initiative order 0. I'll just say Benji. $19. And now for the ghost children. $7. Well, that's that. I'll just do enemies for this, because this module doesn't get too massive in scope, unlike the last one. So we can keep things simple for the most part. Okay, now. Time to bust some ghosts. And now we finally get to use the combat rules for this game. I'll take as little time as possible to explain the rules. Alright, inflicting damage. Thankfully, there's a page where it summarizes the rules, so I don't have to go into read too much, a wall of text each time. So for this next part, I just need to beat their, their AC. Yes, that's it. Okay, so AC, ghosts, what is it? 6. That may be a descending armor class. I'm just gonna say it's 6. Alright. So roll. 12. That's a hit. And now for the rules on inflicting damage. Here's the summarized version. When reading damage dice, don't count the usual totals. Instead, count each die as given on the table below. If you have a bonus to your damage roll, add it to one die of your choice before comparing it to the table. Alright, it's time to address the damage dice now. Okay, Benji is wielding... Come on. There we go. Benji is wielding a dagger. Yes, he is wielding a dagger. That dagger... Man, I should have paid more attention to this part. Thankfully, I do have the Shadow Dark quick start rules on hand. Crawling time, already know about time, using stats, rolling dice. Okay, gear, so... Weapons, yes. D4, okay, so... 1d4 plus... I believe the plus is a 2. So, whatever one can say about... whatever one can say about Benji... He's, negative stats, even his strength. He can deal damage. Yeah, it's all part of learning the new system. That is definitely a goal for tonight. 13 minutes and soon to be 40 seconds of torch time has burnt up. But I do have an extra torch, so we can light that up if we need to. Alright, but now... it's time for the damage. Okay. Now, let's roll them. Alright, 4. And now to consult the solo hero's rules on damage. So, on a roll of 2 to 5, it's 1 point of damage. So that'll be 3 points of damage total. Well, if I'd thought about it, I would have given him a mixtape. But I am working on a Shadow Dark setting that may incorporate that sort of thing. So thanks for the suggestion. Okay, so these things I do 4 points of 3 points of damage total. And these things only have... Okay, where's their health? Is this the whole roll the hit dice to find out what their damage is? Well, I ain't doing that thing. I am going to just say whatever number is on their HD is their health. Unless it's the Toad God, then I will roll up for him. Or a similar boss enemy. So, with that in mind, that is one of these gone. I'll put defeated enemies on here next to the clock that keeps the real time. Is there a way to set that to standard time? Oh well, not that it matters. Now it's their turn. Now on taking damage. Well, we'll consult the taking damage rules after they successfully hit Benji. Okay, so let's take a look at their damage output. Looks like they get... Okay, that's the number of attacks, so let's roll. That's an 8. And Benji has an armor class of 13. Alright, good to know. Yeah, I should get myself a chart to hang on my wall over my computer. Now, next ghost. 15. Now, that one is a hit. Okay, 1d4 biting damage, so it's nom 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 on Benji there. Okay, and to get the color, wish there was an eyedropper tool. Close enough. And now to read the rules on taking damage for these solo rules. You know, I may make a separate video on how these solo rules work, just so I don't have to explain them each stream. But we'll address that later. For now, taking damage. A PC takes damage as normal and will die at 0 hit points. Monsters and NPCs lose 1 hit die for dice. Yeah, 1 hit die for each point of damage inflicted. Thus, an orc would be killed by 1 point of damage, and an ogre by 4. Hit dice are rounded to the nearest whole number. When enough damage is done to kill a particular target, any leftover damage can be inflicted on any other victim within range with equal or worse armor class. All damage and... Oh, I forgot something from inflicting damage. All damage dice are read this way, including damage done by spells, traps, and environmental hazards. Thus, 5d6 fireball would do anywhere from 0 to 10 hit points. So it looks like the ghosts have to consult the chart too. Alright then, so I lose 1 point of damage. Alright, Benji, time to take a hit. There. And now we start back from the top. Okay. Roll 'em, Benji. Oh boy. I'm just gonna say Benji takes 2 points of damage from each of those ghosts as his penalty for a natural 1. And now it's their turn to attack for real. 12? No. 15? Yes. Alright. Roll 'em. 2. So yeah, that's another point off Benji. Oh boy, Benji. Please don't make me have to roll another character on stream. Actually, it probably would be a good thing, because then I can showcase the character creation. Right, I'll just put that right there. Now it's Benji's turn. 6, right on the mark. Right, time to roll damage. 4, maximum damage for Benji. So that means that's 4 points total. And these ghosts only have 1. So he's gonna... Wait. I'm gonna check something. Every round, the piece... Oh, let's look at the Fury dice rules. Every round, the PC can roll 1 die to inflict damage on any... Oh, I haven't earned that yet. Alright, but there's a rule that'll allow me to hit more than 1 enemy in a turn, so... But for now, Ghost 2. Gone. Okay. Okay, just checking the... Actually, I'll just go ahead and read the Fury dice. The Fury die. Every round, the PC can roll 1 die to inflict damage on any enemies of equal or fewer hit dice. Representing their martial, hewing, and smiting are the smaller combat spells of a trained sorcerer. Fighters roll 1d6, magic users roll 1d4, and all others roll 1d6. Magic user Fray dice... Oh, the Fray dice, not Fury dice, sorry. Magic user Fray dice can affect any foe, even those more powerful. This damage is automatic and does not require a hit roll. The Fray dice need not be targeted at the same enemy as the PCs, and a PC need not attack in a round in order to use their Fray dice. Okay, so I do have that. So next chance I get, I will use my Fray dice, which being a fighter, it's a D8. And and depending on the number I roll, that's the amount of enemies I get to attack in my move. So, that is one way these rules help you with your survivability in a solo play. Yeah, so I'm using the separate solo game rules in conjunction with Shadow Dark. So these solo rules are not made a part of Shadow Dark. Okay, so... But either way, it helps. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, good. That was almost a natural 20. Now, time for me to roll. 7. And that is a hit on the ghost, and the ghost... Oh yeah, because of these solo rules, there's an unintentional chance for this ghost to survive. If I roll anything 1 or less. Well, now you see the solo rules working against me here. Alright, it's the ghost child's turn. 9 does not hit me, so now it's... Grief. Good grief. They're just going... trying to get each other. $14. That is a hit on Benji. So does Benji take damage? Benji does not take damage. It's a miss. So it's these miss and damage mechanics are very interesting. So roll. Good grief. Come on, Benji. You can do better than that. Oof. Okay. Alright. This time, Benji took the maximum amount of damage. So that is 1 point. Thankfully, because he's doing D4 his hit dice is D4, the maximum amount isn't too high, is just 1. But regardless, it's Benji's turn. That is a hit. Alright, Benji, actually hit him, actually get him. Yes, the last ghost child is out. There. That is 1 encounter done. And with that, we shall go to Area 6. I shall turn Benji around here. We'll just not tell her about this. Okay. So, in Area 6, let's go to that part of this adventure. Phelan's Refuge. The last sacrifice offered by the village hides here. Granted what? I'm not sure Jean would give me a fist bump for that. But anyway, back to Area 6. Phelan's Refuge. The last sacrifice offered by the village hides here. Granted a half-hearted immunity. Granted half... I'm just trying to see if I'm reading this right. Granted a half-hearted immunity by the strange whims of the gods, the immortal Tendai, a god of deviation and aberrance, has blessed Phelan with a measure of clerical favor. While a dubious god to most, Tendai acts to break old patterns and disrupt the ways of the world. Phelan invokes her spells by instinct and inspiration, and her protection from evil enchantment held back the Toad God long enough for her to flee. The god largely ignores her these days, waiting patiently for an opportunity to render her into the same manner of creature as her fellow sacrifices. The toad spawn and undead will not harm her, sensing in her a kindred offering. By the sound of the name, I would assume she has an oriental look to her. Okay. Phelan is 13 years old, and more than half mad with the past 5 years of living on cave fish and dank water. He will refuse to believe the hero is real, convinced they are only a very realistic hallucination provoked by her loneliness. She will aid the hero with her spells, but will not face the Toad God. She will resist any attempt to take her from the well. She cannot bear the thought of hallucinating herself free, only to wake up again in the cave. Alright. So, I think I need a new game piece. So, gonna have to think of how to roleplay this mad 13-year-old girl. Yeah, let's bring back Adele. She shall play this half-mad oriental 13-year-old. Not too short, because she's a 13-year-old, not a small child. Well, small anyway. Hey, how's it going? We just killed 3 ghost children. And we got into this area and we found a half-crazed refugee. And we're gonna roleplay her. I just read out the blurb on her, so using that information, I'll roleplay this situation. Okay, let's hope my acting skills are up to par. Oh, yes. See these ghost children up here? Are hungry ghosts. The module described them as the animated remains of dead children. So Sam was talking about how now that I've killed these ghost children, Adelante will hate me, and I was just saying, let's not tell her about that. Alright, and now for this 13-year-old. Alright. Time for my best gruff hobbit voice. Good gracious. Who are you? What are you doing down here? Wait. No, do not torture me with this cruelty. No, no. But what is it, girl? What is the matter with you? No. Not gruff enough. I'll try even more gruffer next time he speaks. Okay. 13-year-old, making sure I'm getting her hallucination right. Okay. Please, I don't no more hallucinations. I can't bear it anymore. It's too painful to hope for aid. Come on. Get a grip on yourself, girl. As he shakes her by the shoulders and she says, You're the most realistic hallucination I've ever felt. I ain't no hallucination. I'm as real as the fur on my feet. And so, I'm gonna check out her stats real quick. Okay, nothing in regards to her charisma or so I'm just gonna make a roll. Okay. Try and roll over 10. If I roll over 10, then I convince her I'm no hallucination. You know what? I'll roll that up right. You know, that'll be what she says if I fail the roll. Okay. Oh, I succeed the roll. So, she does not say, I'm as real as the fur on my feet sounds like something a hallucination would say. Instead, she says, no. Oh no, they finally sent another sacrifice after all these years. Sacrifice? All these years? Dang it, girl, what the heck is going on here? Okay, I'll tell you. You know what, I'm gonna quickly look up Benji's alignment real quick. I want to make sure I'm role-playing him correctly. Neutral. Yeah, I'd say I'm role-playing him well enough. Anyway, now it's time for info dump. See, the village above is the village of the toad god, of the yellow toad god. Specifically, the village of the yellow toad god well. My people worship the toad god, giving him offerings and even sacrifices. And I was the most recent sacrifice, but for some reason after they sacrificed me, no other sacrifices came. And strange yet, the denizens of the cave do not wish to harm me. I stay here to avoid the Toad God, so he does not devour me like he has done the other sacrifices. Right, drink time. Okay. Well, I have to tell you, girl. Yeah, I have to tell you, girl. Up there ain't up there anymore. There's no village. It's all rubble now. That's why there hasn't been more, I'd say. No, that... I wish I could believe you, hallucination. I really do. But it is too much. But that is something my imagination would say. But wait a minute. I know you're not a hallucination. You are real. So it must be real. Up there must be real. Sure is, girl. There's nothing else up there but rubble and ruins. I wonder what could have happened. Could have been a raid. But yet, why did the Toad God not protect the village? Beats me, girlie. All I know is I came down here for a reason. I don't know what that reason is, but I intend to find out, dang it. Now, how about you come along with me to help out? Help out? Help out with what? Just finding some treasure, I guess. Something to make this trip worthwhile. Well, I guess I can do that. But beware the Toad God. I don't want to be near the Toad God. Alright. I'll try to avoid this Toad God. Alright, so now we are a party of 2. So, put him at the front. And as suggested earlier, we are going to Area 2. Okay, let's see what the blurb on Area 2 is. The Tunnel of Memory. This snaking passageway is lit by the same pale phosphorescent slime that gives barely sufficient illumination to the rest of the tunnels. On its wall, crude carvings of village life and adult figures can be seen. The work's done with a childlike simplicity. Halfway down the passage, forged large lumps of slime will rear up from the floor to attack. These toads spawn rave of being left alone in the dark for so long, even as they try to tear the throat from any interloper. Their bodies are soft and toad pale, with clawed webbed fingers and the hairless heads of children. Oh boy. I definitely need to roleplay as ChanceIchio, running Yadolante and a handful of other servants through this thing. Yeah, this just feels like it was made to torture Adolante so far. Okay. Huh. Dark, dank, stinky. Coming down here better have been worth it. I'll move him here to be less distracting. And then... yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is because of your suggestion that I'm going to do that. When? We'll figure out after this game. So, as we go down the tunnel of memory, the slimy beings emerge from the floor. use these slime tokens. Not to be confused with the slime tokens from the slime machine in Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay. Okay, so these are toad spawn. Toad spawn, okay. So just toad spawn 1. How many toad spawn are here? 4. Okay. Actually, I'll decrease the size first. They're large, but not too large. Okay. 3. And 4. Man, that real-time torch burning's really got me nervous. You have about 20-ish minutes, or 18-ish minutes left of torch time left. Alright, time for initiative. Yeah, again, I'll be doing group initiative to save time. Okay, I'll just quickly duplicate a dice for my my newly acquired traveling companion. Okay. 13. Now for the toad spawn. 2. Okay, I go first. I shall attack. 8. What is their AC? 8! Just barely. Time for some damage. 3. So, under the rules of this, I wonder if I saved the tables anywhere. Okay, under the rules of this, that is 1 that is 1 point of damage plus 2 from my modifier. So, that's 3 points of damage, and these things have... Yeah, I'm just gonna say they each have 1 hit point. So, bam. Yeah, and this thing said that Phelan will not help me in battle. She'll only cast support spells. So, because they're in a line, they can't get me, so they can't all get me. Alright, so let's roll it. Ooh, 19. Please be a 1. Two. I'm going to see if I saved the table elsewhere on my phone to make this easier. Thankfully, I know where to look. Yes, I did. Haha. Okay. So, 2 is 1 point of damage. So, down to 5 points. I may have to roll up a new character after all. Well, it's my turn. $19, that's a hit. So 2 plus... Actually, because of my plus, I just do 2. Unless... Nope, no additional information if I just rolled the lowest number. So, I'm just gonna say my modifier adds a 2 to that 0 and it's down. There. That's 2 down. And next line. And as I'm chopping them down, they are crying about how this is unfair. They've been down here for so long. And they wish to... And... Okay. Yeah, we've been left down here for so long, all alone. We are so alone, as they try to kill me. So, damage. Or roll for attack. Miss. My turn. A hit. There. Well, once I'm done with them, they will not be complaining any longer. So, according to the attack table, that is 1 plus my damage mod, so that's another slime down. Well, not slime, toad spawn. I'm only using a slime token. And now, the next green slime. No, the next toad spawn. Well, that's a hit, but is damage done? Yes, maximum damage, which thankfully is a 1. But don't have very many 1s left. A 10. Is that a hit? That is indeed a hit. Two. And that is also a hit. Last one's down. Please, I'm so alone. I'm so... As I cut the last one with my dagger. Wow. You are really strong. Yeah? I doubt any hallucination could kill that. Could kill those things. Well, she already believes I'm not a hallucination thanks to my charisma roll. Okay, now to read what's in Area 7. Yep, done and done. She does, yes. She has Cure Light Wounds and Protection from Evil. But yeah, I'm waiting until I'm pretty low before... Well, lower than I am already before I use it. Yeah. As a quick review of these solo rules I'm using alongside Shadow Dark, they're working out pretty well. I like the way they're helping out. I'm sure as the game gets higher in difficulty, the solo rules will make things feel like they're more balanced. Oh no, I won't wait to roll up a new character to use her spells, I assure you. Alright. 10 minutes of torch time left. Alright. Area 7. Scraped Cave. The soft limestone floors gouged by long scratches where the talons of the toad god have crawled. Oh, excuse me. Most of the traffic leads toward the tunnel that winds towards its lair. Okay. And she starts freaking, oh no, the Toad God, those are his tracks, he's around. Don't worry, I don't want to fight him any more than you do. Let's just keep going. Okay, we are at another fork in the road. Okay, we'll look at it from here. The one that goes to Area 8 will either swing us back to the beginning or towards Area 4. Then there's one that goes towards Area 5 and one that goes towards Area 9. Which one should I take? Oh, and by the way, we have less than 9 minutes to decide which way to go before the torch runs out. I'll just take the opportunity to get another drink. Towards 5? Area 9? I'll leave it to fate. And no, not the Fate series. Fate as in the actual concept of fate. So, heads, we go to Area 5. Tails, we go to Area 9. Alright, let's do it. Tails, Area 9. Well, fate, not the series, but actual fate, has dictated Area 5. Not Area 5, Area 9. So, if we survive, we will go to Area 5. Right, let's take a look. Oh boy. Area 9. The Toad God's Lair. The Toad God has a 3 in 6 chance of being asleep when first encountered here. Thieves can automatically backstab a sleeping god, while other classes can get a free hit by sneaking up on it with a successful dexterity check. Okay, so we have a 3 in 6 chance that the god will be awake. So, we'll use this dice. Evens, he's awake. Odds, he's asleep. Let's go. Oh boy, he's awake. If awake, the god will offer the hero its treasure if they bring it Fei Lan. It will only attack if this bargain is refused or if it is ambushed while asleep. Yes. The god is a hideously corpulent blend of man and toad. 6 feet tall and covered with warts that pulse with caustic filth. If it is struck by an edged weapon, the attacker must save versus paralysis, or suffer 1 point of damage from the spray. The god will not pursue those that flee unless it is unharmed. Right, so, the Toad God. I shall increase its size. There. You know, with the description, I think the kobold token actually worked pretty well. Okay, let's strike up this conversation. No, not the Toad God, no! So you're the Toad God, eh? Yes, I am the Toad God. The Yellow Toad God himself. Fear me! Yeah, fear you, huh? I fear nothing. It does not matter. For I will offer you a choice to live. Give me the girl with you, and you may live. The girl, huh? Well, I ain't too keen on saving her over myself. However, that don't mean I fancy a person getting eaten alive by a giant toad man. Very, very well. You had your chance. Now die. Alright, let's try and finish this fight in 4 minutes. $15. 12. The group goes first. Alright, she will not help me fight, but she will do support magic, so. 18, that's a... Is that a hit? Yes, that is a hit. So, damage. Yeah, so. What's his HP? Darn it, where'd I put the... Oh, I don't have an HP tracker. I'll use this. Toad God. HP. Its HP is 4. So he is down half his health already. So slash. Ah! Now it's his turn. He sprays his biley attack at me from his gullet. Ew! Alright. About 3-ish minutes left before the light goes out. I notice the light's getting dimmer on my torch. Okay. Time roll damage. 2 minutes left. Wait, that's a hit. Barely. Okay. You know what? I'll take it. 3. That should be... Wait a minute. I have a separate chart for that. That should be 1 point plus 2. The god ain't doing so well. Now it's the god's turn to attack. Three. He tries to grapple me, but to no avail. 18. Hit. And he is down. I run him through with my dagger and twist the knife. Yes, puny god indeed. Me Tamatoa vibes from Moana. That's pretty good. And yeah, it is a weird thing to be a god of. I'm sure if there was more of the history we knew, we'd understand why. I was gonna say he sounds like something from Nurgle. Yeah, I guess that could make sense. Definitely a Nurgle-ish enemy. A bile attack, yeah. Well, none of that matters now. He is dead. I'm standing over his corpse as I go, "Victory is mine! The Toad God will not hurt you anymore, little girl. All is as it should be. There is no need for thanks. Excuse me? No, not now, little girl. All is as it needs to be, as now the Toad God has finally been poof!" And the torch goes out. See? I tried to tell you, sir. Okay, let's stop this timer. That'll work. Yep, as the torch goes out. Well, a quick look at my character sheet should tell me that... Oh, the app I'm using to look at this has a night mode. I don't know how I turned it on, but that's good to know. Okay, now, do I do Yes, I do have a second torch. Just one moment, girl. I pull the torch out and I start as the next torch is lit. And there. Let's see if there are any other descriptors for this room. Oh, when the torch runs out, you have to be making random encounter rolls. But because I lit another torch, we're avoiding that. Okay, now is there anything else of note in the Toad God's lair? The god has piled the best of its treasure against the far wall. Included are a potion of healing. Ooh. Yeah, I'll just bring this up here. A potion of healing. A half dozen semi-precious gems, each worth 50. So a dozen gems. So that would be 50 times 12 equals 600. So 12 gems. 600 gold. That is, I got that right? Yes, I did. And anything else in this treasure hoard? A pile of coins worth 400 gold, so straight up 400 gold coins. Oh, jeez. Maybe I'm just so excited. Coins. 400. There we go. And a scroll of reed language. Scroll of reed languages. A long coil of silk rope is too filthy and worn to be worth anything, but it could be used to hook a projectile on the well shaft and climb out of the pile. Okay. Old, worthless silk, not silk rope. Alright, so that's probably our way, how we're gonna get out of here. Alright, now that we've collected the treasure from the Toad God, we shall head on over to Area 5. Yes, exactly, escape rope. Alright, now let's take a look at Area 5. Tadpool. Oh boy. The shallow pool has at least a dozen small skeletons in varying states of decay lying in the clear water. Among them flit dozens of child-faced tadpoles with sizes ranging from palm long to a few as large as a man's forearm. If dragged from the water, they shriek like unhappy infants. Prolonged crying will bring the Toad God from its lair to investigate the disturbance in its nursery. Well, these are pretty spooky looking. They're not like those other things we saw earlier. Hello, little tadpoles. These, baby tadpole, like, human tadpole hybrid baby things are just happy to see some company. With the toad god gone, there's no one left to care for his children. Yeah, I don't see any reason to mess with them. Let's go. Right now we are going to Area 8. The Sinkhole Room. The standing water on the floor of this cave conceals a silty sinkhole. Those too burdened to swim must save versus paralysis when nearing the sinkhole, or slide into it. Those who can't think of a way to keep from plunging in may defy death to claw out of it. Oh, claw death is another rule in this, for escaping certain death. Oh, it's a solo play rule for the solo rules I'm using, not one for Shadow Dark. You know what? I think we should go around. So we go all the way around, and now we find ourselves in Area 4, which I believe is the last area we have not been to. So, the Toad Father's Shrine, Area 4. A limestone idol of a swollen toad dominates the far end of the chamber. Executed crudely and with little skill, before it a vast mound of rotting fish is piled in offering. A dozen small bodies are arranged in attitudes of reverent worship around the idol, their remains preserved by a thick layer of transparent slime. If the hero approaches the idol, the corpse nearest the icon will rise and attack. This toad spawn constantly spews the preservative slime as its attack, forcing a save versus poison each round for those who engage it in melee. A failed save inflicts 1 point of damage as it numbs the hero's skin. Alright, I go up to the statue and then that is exactly what happens. This thing has a name to it, the Toad Spawn Priest. So, I shall give it a try and give it an appearance appropriate for that. You know what? Given the circumstance, there's only one piece I think will do for this. Let us bring back our hero, our enemy of old, Zanzer Tim, who will be starring as the Toad Priest. Right there. So, one of the supposedly preserved bodies starts moving as we go to the statue and it attacks. It is a toad spawn, but this toad spawn is dressed like a priest of some kind in very radiant and falling apart robes. Yes, he is back. Not as himself, but as a toad spawn who's a priest. A priest of the toad god, which I doubt he is aware is dead. So, now it's combat time. And we have plenty of time, too. So, time to roll initiative. 11. And now, 14. The priest goes first. Alright. This thing sprays a slime from its a preservative slime from its mouth that will try and preserve me forever, in a manner that is not pleasant for me. 5. He goes as he shoots the stuff, and I'm like, ew, ew, keep it away. Now it's my turn. His AC is 8, so yeah, that's a hit. Two. So, yeah. That is 3 points of damage, and this Toad Priest has... I'm just gonna say 6 hit points, because otherwise the fight would have just been over. So, that'll bring him down halfway. And now the Toad Priest will attack again. 19, yeah, he gets me with his preservative spray. Ah, no, no, no! Okay. I have to make a saving throw versus poison. Let's see what the Shadow Dark equivalent of that is. Yeah, could be. For all we know, they were Nurgles who landed on this planet and became worshipped as deities. Okay, what are these? Oh, in this game you just, instead of straight up saving throws, you roll a test based on whichever stat is being affected the most. Okay, so I'm gonna say I need to beat a 13, a Constitution check of 13, and I do have a +3 in Constitution, so here we go. Yes, I succeed, but let's check any additional damage. Okay, I was able to avoid getting preserved. So, I'm just going to say that's 1 point of damage off me. And with that, I will proc her healing ability. I'm not going to go through the trouble of looking up what it does. So I'm just going to say she rolls... Oh, excuse me. She rolls a D8 to use a healing spell. And I'll be healed by that much. Let's hope it's a high number. Well, I still have that healing potion. Well, it's my turn now. Two. Now he's gonna try and attack me with his claws. Ha! That was a close one. He swipes. Whoa, whoa, stay back, stay back! That is a hit. Alright, damage. 2 plus... So, on the chart, that is a 1. So, like with the Toad God, I run the Toad Priest through. And he goes... as preservative fluids, like, spew out of his mouth. And I pull back real quick before any of it gets me, and he crumbles to the ground. Alright, what's in this room? The childlike priest has nothing of value on it. Oh boy, it was childlike. But beneath the rotting fish are trinkets gathered long ago by the toad spawn. These golden pins and baubles are worth roughly 500 gold. Okay, so golden pins and baubles. 500 gold. There. Yeah. Well, if Zanzer were a toad person, I guess so. And with that, she tells me that's it. That's the entire well. There's nothing else here. You've cleared everything. Oh, good. Hey, you want to help me out with this? So with some of the fish bones and what have you that we have here, we were able to finagle together a makeshift grapple hook onto the escape rope we found. And I spin. It takes a few attempts, but I spin and eventually hook on. And yes! And I start to climb and, come on, you go first. And she goes, no, I cannot. No. Well, what do you mean no? Why can't you come? No, I will not. Well, why not? Do you know how hard it is to go to sleep? Be happy that you finally escape, only to wake up to realize that it's been a dream all this time. No. I will not go through that again. You hear me? I will not. But if you're not going to escape, what are you going to do? The Toad God's babies. I'm the last priestess of the Toad Gods. You killed all its more matured children and the god himself. I'm the only one left to look after it. I guess I can raise them to be better. That sounds good. Maybe you can raise them to not need human sacrifices. You know, that sounds good. Maybe I can do that. Well, good luck with your toad babies, I guess. So she goes off to the nursery to begin her impromptu care of the toad babies, while I make my escape out with the loot. And with that is the entirety of the Toad God's Well. And I'll place all my enemies that I have killed in order. And unlike Zanzer's dungeon, there are no PC casualties this time. Or she can get eaten, yeah. Well, I would have done more to take her out, but the module was specific on this point. She is so afraid of waking up to find her back here that the thought of escaping only to face that reality is too much for her. It didn't say that she would raise the Toad God babies. That's something I improvised myself. So, nope, we don't. If he had died, I would have been like, and once again, I bring out the bowl of death, or we now see the return of the bowl of death. But that was not the case this time. But I'll give my thoughts on Solo Heroes, which you can find on DriveThruRPG. Solo Heroes, Lone Adventurers Against the World, Labyrinth Lord compatible. I really liked this. It really helped me feel like that I could survive as a solo adventurer. It didn't feel like death was a guarantee. Unlike in Zanzer's case. Though, I decided not to use any solo game rules for that because I wanted to play my very first solo RPG my very first tabletop RPG product as written. And I have done that, so now I don't feel as compelled with other things now going forward. But yeah, I really liked this. And this was made by the same person who made Scarlet Heroes, which is another OSR game that has a good solo adventuring rules in that. So I guess you could say this is the light version of those rules, which is on itself without coming with a whole game system. And using it in conjunction with Shadow Dark was pretty good. I really liked this Shadow Dark. This was a good first impression of Shadow Dark. I hope to put it through its paces more. In fact, I think between now and next week, I will roll up an entire party, and I will come in character as ChanceIchio to run some of his servants, Adelante among them, through this very module again. So, we're not done with this module. We're gonna come back here. And I'm gonna attempt to draw some game pieces for this too. Yeah, I'm looking forward to when the Shadow Dark books arrive too, so this has been a good experience with both Solo Heroes and Shadow Dark. So, next time, we will run this again with a full party of level 1 adventurers. I will put in the Discord and on the community tab some information on how we would like to build this party and which servants will adventure with Adelante into this. The only caveat I will say from the get-go is they have to be servants I have actually summoned in FGO. So, we'll get that figured out before next Tuesday. And one last thing. I max leveled all my FGO servants. They're all maxed out. So, for those of you who didn't watch the stream earlier today, that's what happened. So, I'm very pleased for that. Well, when are we running into Odysseus? Yes, we can I feel if y'all want to see Odysseus join Adelante in this, we can have Odysseus be a part of the group. So, we will definitely try to get that all figured out by next Tuesday. Yeah, I don't know if I'll get anything in the Discord to get that all arranged tonight or if I'll start that tomorrow. But I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for this first experience. Will this be the last time we see Benji? No, it will not be, although he's going to take at least a week off before we see him again. So, thank you all for joining me for this one-shot, and we shall run it again with a full party of Chaldea's servants next time. And so, thank you all for watching, and good night everybody! See you tomorrow for the FGO stream!